Hi, I'm Scott. I'm from Gunpowder Fiction and Plot. Nell's dead, and I'm filming with her corpse today. Nell, can you participate? No, we're doing a tag video today.
You're supposed to pick up my hand and make it wave like.
Hi. Just like to say that Scott is the better one in this relationship.
Now you know I'm dead.
Yeah.
That's the kind of nonsense we've got going on.
That's it. Also, I don't know why I felt the need to do like an imitation of Terry Pratchett pretending to be a woman.
Yeah, I'm not a particularly squeaky woman either.
No, you're not.
Okay.
Anyway, we have been tagged. We have not been tagged. We've just seen this. This is a new tag.
You tagged yourself. You went into someone's comments and you tagged yourself. You were like, I know you didn't think of me, but I would like to put my name on this. So can I tag myself?
Look, I would.
It's like inviting yourself to a party. You are so rude.
It's like inviting yourself to a party and then drinking all of their beer.
And taking home the presents.
And bringing 4X.
Oh, yeah.
Or Foster's.
No.
No, we don't sell Foster's in Australia.
Where would you even buy Foster's?
You'd have to, go to the UK and then import it. Anyway, Sarah MG Reads has created the Fit to Read tag. If you haven't checked out Sarah's page, do it now because she is an excellent booktuber.
Her version of this tag will no doubt be better than the one we've invited ourselves to.
She's done a really good version of the tag. She's edited it well. She's great. But yeah, you should check out her channel. She reads lots of different genres, particularly fantasy, and she's just got lots of good things to say, and she's a quality booktuber.
Yep.
We watch her all the time. She's one of our favourites. Anyway, let's start with the questions, Janelle.
Who are you talking
to? You apparently, but badly.
What's the question, Scott?
They're all themed after an exercise, and the first one is Zumba, which isn't an exercise, it's what you do at a nightclub.
If you Zumba at a nightclub, you are not getting laid.
Who goes to a nightclub to get laid these days?
I don't know, single people.
No, I know we've not been dating for a long time, but they have the internet now.
I don't think that it's like home delivered pizza, you just order a route. I think that
No, that's basically how Tinder advertises.
I think that you still have to go and leave the house and meet people. I know coronavirus and stuff, but
No, just swipe in the correct direction on enough people and
you won't have to leave your house.
I mean, there's a 50% chance you'll be driving.
Horror show. Anyway, next.
Yeah. Anyway, we were talking about books.
Zumba.
Zumba.
What is the Zumba question?
Name a twisty and turny book that was super fun to read.
I don't read a lot of thrillers, so this is a tricksy question.
I'm not going to name a thriller. I'm going to name a classic.
Ooh, what you going to name?
I'm going to name, it's probably counted as a sensationalist novel anyway. I'm going to name The Mayor of Casterbridge by Thomas Hardy. This book starts with the main character, Michael Henshaw, selling his wife while drunk in a pub.
He sounds like a prick.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Anyway, that's not actually a twist. That's the beginning of it. And then all sorts of shenanigans follow suit.
Shenanigans. I'm going to go with Tender as the Flesh. It's a recent read for me, and I felt like it was very twisty and turny. It made you think that the author was going to go this way. The protagonist was going to go this way. Then he was going to go this way. It's going to go this way. It's going to go this way. Which way?
And then he went straight into the middle and ran into a wall.
Well, not really, but it was very well done. Suspenseful. That's the word I was looking for.
Question number 2. What is the most intense book you've ever read? Sorry, CrossFit. What is the most intense book you've ever read?
I would argue that CrossFit is not the most intense form of exercise.
Vom sets. They were the most intense. As they got the name Vom sets.
So, I know that you can't tell anymore, but a billion years ago, Scott and I were both personal trainers, and we did used to basically take it in turns trying to make each other choke.
The very first client I had was my brother. And I gave him this set where he ran, and then he did like squats, and then he ran, and he did like push-ups, right? And it was just like a repeat. But I did it with him, and I was a PT at the time, was clearly very fit, and he was not. And I did it at...
He wasn't unfit.
He wasn't unfit.
The sibling rivalry cannot be overstated in this situation.
It definitely cannot. And I deliberately did it slow so he would try and catch me, right? I deliberately slowed down my pace so he would try and catch me.
So you made poor Craig sick.
And he worked his ass off to try and catch me, and then he vomited.
This is why he preferred me as a trainer.
He never knew that was deliberate, unless he's watching now.
It doesn't matter if it's deliberate or not. I never made him spew.
I didn't try and make him vomit deliberately. I tried to give him a good workout, and he tried to beat me so hard he made himself vomit. Anyway, what were we talking about? Intense books.
Intense books. I want to say certainly the most intense of this year, or the most intense reading experience I've had lately is My Dark Vanessa. It was a very impactful book.
Well, if we're going to go most intense this year, it's a toss-up between Tender as the Flesh and A Brief History of the Seven Killings. And I'm going to go for A Brief History of the Seven Killings by Marlon James. That was just so much.
You basically walked around for a week afterwards going, what?
It had everything in it. And I think that I really had a lobotomy after reading that. It was an excellent book. But if I was like, it really tested my brain. It had, I can't do stream of consciousness, and it did it so well. But it still did stream of consciousness. It was so good. I really do recommend you read that, as long as you know that it has the trigger warnings for everything on it.
That does need to be a trigger warning. Trigger warning, all of it.
Yeah, I think generic trigger warning.
If you are likely to be triggered,
then
read this today.
Yeah. I can't think of what it doesn't have. Like, no alien abductions in it. Question number 4. Intramural sports.
Intramural sports.
Now, I believe this is a US thing, because I don't know what an intramural sport is. I think that is like going to Derry and trying to do sport inside a wall.
That's terrible. I imagine it's like there. Are you okay, Bruno?
Yeah, the dogs down the street just went off.
Are you just having a little wolf chat?
I think they woke him up. How rude. Good boy, buddy.
I think it's their, like, inter-school competitive stuff, maybe.
It's school sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it sounds like that.
Yeah.
What book were you assigned to read for school, but ended up liking it so much you couldn't wait to read it at night?
I liked most of the books I was assigned at school, but I think one of the ones that I wouldn't have picked up on my own is The English Patient. And I ended up being quite an Ondaatje fan after reading The English Patient for year 11 or year 12. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say Tomorrow When the War Began by John Marsden. I liked this book so much that I went out and bought the next... Well, I was going to say the next 6 books in the series, but I had to actually wait for the last few to be released. because it was relatively new when I was at school, which is terrifyingly long ago because...
When dinosaurs roamed the earth.
Yeah. Because this book involves a time before mobile phones, and that's actually key to the storyline of this book.
I am just off topic. I got an invitation to a reunion.
A high school reunion?
Yes.
Oh. You didn't tell me about that.
It's a long one.
You waited for...
It's been a long time since we were at school.
Oh my God, has it really?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
If you're doing a high school reunion, you are obliged to lie. Take off 20% of the time.
Take off more than that. It's only 5 years. We're babies.
We're babies. Anyway, Tomorrow When the War Began is a book where about 7 Australian kids who go camping after they finish year 12.
Mm-hmm.
And in the time they go camping, Australia gets invaded. And we never know who invades Australia. John Marsden's very specific about not naming another country or race.
Ooh, sneaky.
Yeah, he doesn't want to have it be a racist thing. But we do know that the one country that doesn't invade us is New Zealand because they help us. Anyway, they come back up and they become basically guerrilla warfares and they blow up things. It's a YA, I guess it's a war novel. What happens is this is like a trilogy, and in the third book, it all ends and saved and everything's nice.
Yeah.
And then John Marsden was basically offered money to write 4 more sequels. So
and he sold his soul.
He sold his soul. Because after they were taken to New Zealand in safety. And he's like, go back into the bush because we don't have enough soldiers. So we're going to send back the war victims as guerrilla warriors because they were doing a good job.
Right.
Which, yeah. Anyway, so that's what they do. And I sent John Marsden an email about that back in the time that was a thing, and he replied to me. So, yeah, authors are quite accessible. But I think you've actually had John Marsden teach you something at school, haven't you?
Yeah, I didn't go to many of the lessons because that was the year my grandmother died, so I basically dropped out of uni. But he taught my novel course at
university?
Well, TAFE University. I did like a dual thing where I got a diploma at the same time as a degree. So I got a communications degree and then we did the sort of more practical aspects of creative writing at TAFE, and he was my TAFE lecturer.
Awesome.
Yeah, I hadn't read any of his books, so I think I was the only one. Yeah.
That's a bit embarrassing.
Nah.
Running/jogging. Name a book that follows all the standard tropes, but you still enjoy it. See, I think this is a hard one because, like, what I look for in a book is actually the themes and not the plot. Like, the plot's important, but...
I also think that there are some genres that lend themselves more to tropiness than others. Maybe that's not true.
No, I think that's... I don't know if that's true, but I think that is a reality.
I definitely think that, like, the romance genre seems to be very repetitive.
Look, it takes
But maybe that's just my perception.
Takes Donna Tartt a decade to write a book, right? It takes Stephen King 5 minutes. Now, I'm not saying that Donna Tartt is a better author than Stephen King. I'm just saying that Stephen King might produce the same shit over and over again sometimes. I don't know. I've never actually read Stephen King, so...
I think his quality is very variable.
Yeah. Anyway, a book that follows the standard tropes. I do find this quite hard, but my answer for this is going to be The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Yeah, I'm stealing that. I'm going to say the sequel to The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
The Girl Who Played with Fire?
The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest?
The Girl Who Kicks the Hornet's Nest.
I can't remember which one came next, but they were good.
They were good.
They were very expected.
Do you know what I liked about it? It was definitely a thriller. It was definitely exciting.
Yeah.
But it had some literary analysis in there. It had some like book club discussion points, like against violence against women.
Do you know what I really liked about it?
Yeah.
He clearly has a chocolate flavoured penis.
Mikkel. He does. We've actually reviewed this book. It's one of our very first
and
videos.
We did spend some time talking about his chocolate flavoured penis because...
Yeah,
Have you read it?
If you have, you'll know.
That his penis is chocolate.
Is there a woman that he doesn't...
Bone?
Yeah, like even just like a newsagent that he walks past once.
No. No,
I mean, it must be a professional hazard. He's walking down the street, just a lady smiles at him, and he's like, oh, sorry, gotta have to fuck now.
Yes.
But
that was enjoyable because it was a bit funny and ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jazzercise. Name a book that is outdated or published long ago.
Does this mean like a classic or like something a bit dorky?
Oh, outdated. Like Tomorrow with the War Began and them not having mobile phones to know if there's a war on.
Yeah, like something a bit out of fashion, almost.
Well, I'm going to go for an old book. I'm going to go for the oldest book that I can think of that I really liked. And I'm going to go for Candide by Voltaire.
Candide.
Yeah. It's about examining whether looking on the bright side of life works. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. There is a woman with only one buttock in this, among other ridiculous things.
No, I can't.
She was a pirate. She got flailed. She lost a buttock.
Did she still have two legs?
Yes.
So what holds her other leg on if it's not a buttock?
Well, you'll have to ask Voltaire that.
It's very confusing.
It's a very funny novel.
Don't
try to...
be serious about it.
I mean, be serious about it, but be serious about the serious bits and laugh at the silly bits.
Okay. I can do
when
that.
somebody has only one buttock, chances are the literary analysis in that is relatively low.
My old, out of fashion...
Yeah.
I'm going to say...
What's your pineapple and cheese?
I'm going to say E.L. Doctorow. The Book of Daniel is one of my favourite books of all time. It's pretty old school. It's a bit outdated. It's not cool to talk about anymore. I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah. Trampoline Class. What book do you absolutely love but is underrated?
Ooh.
Well, that was a good one to say A.L. Doctorow for, wasn't it?
Yeah, I could have switched these two because I'm going to say, this is a bit dorky, Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. Underrated.
Underrated. I don't think I've seen anybody on BookTube talk about Zen.
No, I don't think I have either. And I don't know, is it because it's like a classic of the 70s? But
that could be a video, classics of the 1970s.
Yeah, like...
I actually think that would be a good video.
Yeah, because it's like a weird era of modern classics that I feel like doesn't really
Because it's actually 50 years ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't that make all you booktubers born in the 1970s feel old?
Good.
Good, because apparently Nell's got a reunion coming up.
But Scott only is bothered by that because we finished high school in the same year.
I don't have a reunion because I haven't kept in touch with anybody from high school.
Do you have Facebook? Is there like no one on your Facebook from your high school?
I've got like 40 friends on Facebook. It's actually only people I still communicate with. Yeah.
Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. A really cool bit of philosophy, bit of mind-bendery road trip novel. Awesome.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go for a book that I have hardly seen discussed on booktube as well, and that is Catch-22.
Oh, you love this one.
I do love this one. This was the first time, the first time you read books that do something that it just blows your mind and it's awesome. This is the first time something that was so silly, like Monty Python-esque silly, combined with actually really clever stuff.
Serious thought thinking.
Yeah. Just absolutely brilliant. Really enjoyed that book, and very, very funny. And all the jokes made the points. That was the other thing that was so good about it.
So the silliness backed up the serious.
Yeah, in fact, almost there was no line between the seriousness was the silly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah,
I should read it.
It's really well done. I do recommend Catch-22 by Joseph Heller.
It's up there on my DBR.
Right at the top. All right, that was the last question. So what we need to do now is tag people. You're it.
I'm going to tag Danny at Spinelli Speaks.
No, you're not, because she was tagged in the original post. Like, it's just wasting a tag. So you can't tag any of them.
I can't tag Burner either.
Yeah. Now you have to think about somebody to tag.
Give me the list.
I would like to tag Summer at Cozy Reading with Quaker Cats.
Yes! And her cats.
I would like to know the opinion of your cats, Summer.
Mm-hmm.
Nell, pick a tag.
I'd like to tag Ange with an E, because I miss you, and you should make some videos and talk to me.
I would like to tag Sam at Paper Not Books, because we used to always tag Sam, but I don't think we've tagged her for like 10 tags.
Because I feel like we get stuck in a pattern of tagging the same people over and over again, and then we're like, oh, we should change it up, and then we get stuck in another pattern. And then Laura from Book Blah Blah. Yep.
That's
Just
it.
the tags. Pew pew.
Bye.